So it actually happened. Goh caught Suicune and it's officially his Pokemon, after only 53 episodes of Pokemon Journeys. In my last video I gave you my initial thoughts of what I thought of Goh catching Suicune, but that was before I saw the actual episode. So after watching the episode I will give you my honest opinion, and if it's changed or not, on whether I thought this was well executed, and if this is okay or not. But before that, let's quickly go over the episode and what led to this. So the episode starts with Suicune doing what it does and helping out Pokemon in need by clearing polluted and dirty waters all over the world. A real nice guy according to Ash. Then Ash and Goh learn that Suicune is staying near this one lake for some reason, so the professor sends them to investigate. So they arrive at the lake in the Johto region and find that Pokemon Hunters are polluting it, but instead of calling Officer Jenny, Ash attacks, but then Suicune appears and uses Hydro Pump and Ice Beam to stop the Hunters. So then they start attacking Suicune so that they can capture it in their net, and Goh is like, what can I do to save it? And then just decides to do the one thing he does best, and he throws a Pokeball, a standard red Pokeball, and catches Suicune on his first attempt. So now Goh has caught his first official legendary Pokemon, Suicune. I kinda wish they didn't spoil this in the preview, since it kinda made the first part of the episode feel empty and like a waste of time, and nothing that happened after really offset that one big spoiler. But that aside, after catching Suicune, the Hunters won't give up, so Ash stays behind to battle them so that Goh can get away. And while Goh is running, Suicune comes out of its Pokeball and gives Goh the look a lot of fans are giving Goh right now, since a lot of people aren't actually happy about Goh catching Suicune. So after that, we see Goh and Suicune head and hide inside of a tree, and Goh gives it some berries. Then we see the Hunters, who were off screen by Ash, which I thought was weird that they skipped over that, and they say that they'll make Ash and Goh pay. And after that we see some more moments with Goh and Suicune bonding while Goh is trying to heal it, but Suicune is wary of Goh. But then the Hunters show up again and Goh uses a Drowsy that he caught off screen right before the battle, which I thought was really weird that they didn't show, especially because he caught Drowsy for the purpose of battling the Hunters. Not that it matters anyway, since Drowsy ends up losing to Houndoom after getting hit by like one attack. So then the Pokemon Hunters start to get extremely savage, because we see them catch Suicune in the net and this one guy is just kicking it in the stomach and on its injured leg, which I thought was kind of hard to watch, especially for Goh, who was completely helpless at the time. And I like how they captured the desperation on Goh's face really well. His voice actor did a really good job there too. So after that, Ash, who's been gone for a while, finally shows up to help. And this was just another one of those unexplained moments in the episode, since they never really showed why Ash left and where he was the whole time. That aside, after that, Goh says he won't give up and will defend the future he's held in his hands. And after saying that, Suicune recognizes Goh's resolve and that it's a legendary Pokemon and decides to help. It probably should have done that earlier, but I guess if it did, we wouldn't have this moment with Goh and Suicune teaming up to get rid of the Hunters. So after that, Officer Jenny shows up and arrests the Hunters. They honestly deserve worse, but I don't expect them to do what they did to Hunter J and Sinnoh. So afterwards, we got a strange series of Satan switches with Goh and Suicune. So first, Goh leaves Suicune and its Pokeball on the floor and says it's free to go, so Suicune comes out. But then Suicune returns to his Pokeball and they go back to the lab. So you assume it's going to be Goh's Pokemon now by Suicune's own choice. But then it leaves him as soon as it gets to the lab. And that's where the episode ends. So based on how the episode ended, it seems like even though Suicune is Goh's Pokemon, it'll live as a wild Pokemon. Which makes sense considering that it's a legendary Pokemon and it's the water deity, so it has to keep going around purifying water. So I'm guessing Suicune will only show up when Goh is in need, and it won't just be on standby in the lab, which makes sense. I think this is a good way to keep Goh's team nerfed for now, but I don't think they can keep doing this going forward, since it'll just be too plot convenient. But then again, Goh catching Suicune itself was plot convenient. But that aside, with the episode over, let's now talk about what I think of Goh catching Suicune and what I think it means going forward. So in my last video I said that I thought Goh wasn't ready to catch Suicune since he hasn't shown enough growth as a trainer to prove that he's worthy of a legendary. And I still stand by that, because we haven't seen him actually get strong enough since the Zapdos battle to battle and catch a legendary Pokemon. And I also said it was cheap because Goh was only able to catch Suicune because it was weakened, and he didn't earn the right to catch it through battle. But after watching the battle, I can say that what Goh did was necessary considering the situation, so although the catch was cheap, it did have a purpose, but I still think it was too early and unearned. Especially when you consider the Zapdos battle, to me it just felt like the writers were like, well, we can't have him beat Suicune right now, how about we have him make friends with it and catch it while saving it. And like I've said before, I don't have a problem with Goh catching legendary Pokemon, it just has to be earned. And this one didn't feel earned, it just felt rushed to me in my opinion. And I've seen both sides of the argument. Some people use the excuse that in the games this and that happened and you can catch legendary Pokemon all the time, but anyone who's watched the anime for a long time will tell you that those game excuses are BS since they don't apply to the anime at all. Otherwise, Ash would already have all these legendaries. It's the bond between trainers and their Pokemon that make the anime unique and not like the games. And I've also seen people say that Goh's goal is to catch every Pokemon. So this is fine because it was bound to happen, and my response to that is name one companion who has ever achieved their goal in the series they were introduced in. You literally won't find any. You might find rivals who have won the Grand Festival, or rivals who have won the Pokemon League, but name one companion of Ash that has ever achieved their goal in the series they were introduced in. You literally won't find any, not Brock, May, Dawn, Serena, Lily, or Iris. All of them ended the series still working towards their dreams and having something to strive for. Nothing was ever handed to them, but Goh is the complete opposite, and I think the biggest complaint I've seen is that Goh catching Suicune completely undermines Ash's career as a trainer, since Ash was able to catch every single one of his Pokemon by bonding with them, and this has become a staple of the anime, but Goh has just been throwing a Pokeball and catching it. So although I get the premise of this episode, I can't say it was a great episode overall. Because like I was saying earlier, there are a few glaring inconsistencies and a few moments that felt rushed, like Goh trying to decide to catch Suicune with a Pokeball without considering any other option, then them not showing the battle with Ash and the Hunters, then Ash disappearing for a small portion in the episode without reason. You can probably make the assumption that he went to get Officer Jenny, but we didn't actually see that happen. And them not showing Goh catching Drowsy was also weird to me and ironic since they show Goh catching literally all other Pokemon. And then Suicune joining Goh at the end while not joining him without telling us its purpose was also kind of weird. I think my assumption about it doing its job is right, but they didn't really make any clear indication that that was the case. A minor complaint I have is that Gohara wasn't in the episode, even though she's been in the previous episodes going through her character development arc, and I think it would have been great for her to see Suicune. So with all that being said, even if you switch Suicune with another legendary Pokemon or even a pseudo-legendary Pokemon, this episode would still have all of those problems. So with that being said, I give this episode about a 6.5 out of 10. It had some good moments like Goh bonding with Suicune, but it wasn't too well executed, in my opinion. With that being said, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below, and what you think of Goh catching Suicune, and if you think it's too early and unearned, or if you think it's fine. With that being said, thanks for watching, and bye.